I swear this guy is a fucking idiot. So I told him, because I got here, let's see, what time did I get there? I got there at 10 a.m. The load wasn't ready. 10, 11, 12, 1. I sat there for 3 hours. Oh wait, no longer than that. 4 hours. Alright. I was originally going to be there at 7.
Continue for 15 miles.
I could probably maybe get there a little... Well, no. Maybe I was only there for 3 hours. Anyways, I was guesstimating being... oh, shit, I gotta turn. I was guesstimating being at the yard tonight at 7 before I got delayed. Cool. This four-wheeler is nice. So anyway, so I basically told him I was loaded, be there between 10 and 11. According to the GPS, I'll be there at 10:30. Plus I still gotta oh, I already did my 30-minute break. So I'll be there at 10:30. That might be a little early, because, if you take 2 hours off of that, because it's technically saying I'll be there at 10:30 p.m. But I got to take a 10-hour break, and I got to do a pre-trip and post-trip. So that's is this the turn? Oh wait, no, it's the next one. No, it's this one. Okay, hang on. It's confusing. All right, here we go. After this car. No. Yes. Okay.
Continue on US 231 for 6 miles.
Now, I didn't typo twice. Well, I guess I could have. But I said I'll be there between 10 and 11 a.m. Maybe closer to 10. Okay, so 10, we'll say 10:30. Well, okay. Plus my pre-trip and post-trip, that's another 30 minutes. So 11 minus 2, because there's a 12-hour break, not a 10-hour break. So 11, 10, 9. I could possibly be there at 9 if I take a 10-hour break at the earliest. 9, if I do an 8-hour split, then I could be there at 9, 7 o'clock at the earliest. Okay? But I like to give myself a little bit of leeway. I don't like to be up against the wall. So I said I'll be there at 10 a.m. You know, if I do a 10-hour break, I might be there at 9. So yeah, I'll be there at 10. Okay? And, you know, that's also considering that I might have traffic or something, you know. But chances are I'll be there around 9. And if I do an 8-hour split, then I could be there around 7. Okay. So, he said, to the yard? He says, you mean 10 o'clock tonight? 10. Ready after 10. Question mark? I said, I have 6 hours on my clock. I'm 9 hours away. He says 10 p.m. ETA to the yard. Got it. just told you what my hours were. I said, LOL, can you do math? I can't legally get there tonight. I am 9 hours away. I can only legally go 6 more hours. I just told him I have 6 hours on the clock and I'm 9 hours away. Then I have to do an 8 to 10 hour break. So I can maybe be there at 8 a.m., but that would be at the earliest I can be there. Did they not learn you logbooks, how logbooks work in dispatch training? Maybe you need to have logbook training. Didn't look at your hours, sir. You are 9 hours out. Just want off that. You can grab trailer and burn with it. I'm not even gonna argue. This guy is so dumb. This is the same guy I did a short on a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Let's see here. Oh, here's another thing. Let's do this one real quick. Good morning, sir. Can I get you to leave out today on another load for tomorrow? Wait. On another load tomorrow. Wait. Can I get you to leave out today on another load or tomorrow? Please let me know when you can. Could use the help. Day run confirmed. At least I got him trained on the day run thing. Okay, so said I'm already on a run. Delivered in Chicago last night, on my way to pick up in Wisconsin for return load. So how can I pick up a load today in Springfield, Missouri when I'm on my way to Wisconsin today? This was April 5th. To pick up a load coming back to Springfield, and Wisconsin is at least a day away, right? And I haven't even got there, and I haven't even picked up my load yet. I'm on my way there. He goes, yes, you will be in Springfield tomorrow at some point. Can I get you to leave out when you get back? I said, oh, okay. I mean, I can't. But I may be able to leave out Tuesday. I actually didn't leave out till I think Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. What the fork? Oh, there's an event. I thought there was an accident and there was a backup. Always smacks. Oh, it's like at an airfield. I guess they're doing an air show. Glad I'm not. I chose to go a different route because I didn't like the route it took me last time, so I came this way this time. Maybe I should have took the other route. But this ain't so bad. Okay. He goes, okay, sounds good, thanks. So I pick up my load at 3 8:30 in Wisconsin, same day. Said loaded ETA 1 p.m. tomorrow. So he asked me again, can I get you an early trailer day run? Ichiwawa. To Streamwood, leaving Sunday into Monday delivery. So I screenshotted and circled this. Just seeing if I could change your mind, he says. So he's trying to be manipulative. So the next day, I said, I don't know who's in. Oh, this, I already got to the yard. Okay. So I don't know who's in, but trailer blah, blah, blah needs brakes before you send it out.
For 2 miles.
Who's calling? I'll call her back. Copy, sir. We'll let the shop know. Actually, the shop already knows. But, okay. When can I get you another load again? So I cropped the screenshot that I previously sent him. I may be able to leave out Tuesday. And of course he didn't respond to that. Okay, so I left out Thursday. I ended up having something Tuesday. And I guess they didn't have anything Wednesday. I can't remember. I slept since then. So, but they had this Thursday. So I left Thursday. Oh, no. Something came up Wednesday. They would have had me, they could have had me out Wednesday. But something came up, so I had to go through that. Yeah. And then I had a job, a customer call me for Tuesday, but they didn't ask me to work Tuesday. They did contact me Tuesday to leave out Wednesday, but I was busy, so, or something came up and I had to do that, so I left out Thursday. So yeah, I had problems. The truck he assigned me had somebody in it, and then of course road control lost the bill lading to the load, so I had to wait on that. It took me an extra hour. But anyway, alright, so going back, let's see here. Oh, this is it. Alright, so April 3rd. It still would have been even more fun if it happened on April 1st. But anyways, April 3rd.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Indiana 25.
Oh, I meant to say portage, not postage. Autocorrect. I said I'm in Portage. They said the load isn't going to California, it's going to Edwardsville, Illinois. The customer had that screwed up. I had the right load, it's just the customer screwed that up, not my company. So good morning. Is there any paperwork that belongs to the other driver in the side of the doors? Of course, I typically always look at that paperwork that is in the doors, because we're supposed to, double check our permits and all that stuff. I don't always thoroughly do that, but I typically do. Look at it at least, skim it. And I look at, any paperwork that's left in the truck. I look at anything that's left in the truck. Because there's not really supposed to be anything left in the truck, right? So when I'm putting my crap in the truck, that's when I look at anything that's left behind. And I hope I'm on the right route. I don't think I went this way last time. Maybe I did. Well, last time I went a different route because I had diarrhea from being Nick sick from the truck I was driving. And so I went a different route because there's not a lot of truck stops on this route. And I didn't want to get stuck without a bathroom. So, yeah, I've only come this way once, I think. Anyways, maybe. Alright, anyways. So he's like, is there any paperwork in the side of the door? It says, there was only blank ones. And he says, for where? I'm like, what? For nowhere. They are blank. I swear, this guy's an idiot. Anyway. When you get a chance, check to see if there is any more. I did. There was nothing. And then he's like, okay, we found them, thanks. So anyways, I guess road control lost that paperwork too. This company's all kinds of jacked up. Alright, speed limit's 40, set cruise control. Nice thing about these trucks is they're automatics. They adjust to the vehicle speed in front of you. They've got radar on them, and they almost drive themselves. Almost. You still got to pay attention to what you're doing. But it's not like the old trucks where I never drove the trucks that had two sticks, but my grandpa did. I think my mom even did. But I grew up, driving old school equipment, and I even had a 3-on-the-tree car growing up, and that car was almost as bad as what I hear the two-stick big trucks are. But anyway, that was a pain in the butt. It was a Ford. I can't remember what kind of Ford it was. That was a long time ago. But anyways, 3-on-a-tree. Speed limit's now 55. Yeah. So yeah, the truck can read speed limit signs. It knows. I mean, if they programmed it, the truck could automatically adjust the speed to the speed limit signs. And it will eventually. But right now it's up to me. Anyway. So yeah, the only thing left in the truck was trash. Cigarette ashes everywhere. And chocolate milk in the fridge. Yeah. And a guy, I don't know if the guy pulled it up to the detail shop or not, but it's like, after I get out of the truck, if somebody's not already there waiting on it to get in the truck, I pull it up to the detail bay so they can detail it. I don't know why other drivers don't do that, but apparently they don't. But I've only had, I think, one time where a driver was pulled up and was waiting on me to get out of the truck so he can get in it. Now, I'm fairly clean. If somebody had like a portable little vacuum, that's all they would have to do to clean up after me, is just vacuum up my dander And that's it. You know, I got long hair, so I shed a little bit. And, you know, there's little things that flake off of stuff. Your stuff, you know, whatever. And so, oh, that's cool. I'm going by a tree farm. I'm not sure what kind of trees those are, but it looks nice. Nice and uniform. Anyways, I trim trees too, so I kind of notice things like that. I look at trees probably more often than I should while driving down the road. Oh, there's another tree farm. But anyway, I'm not sure what kind of trees those are. It's obviously for lumber. Tree down! Tree down! Oh. Weird. Okay. I guess that's... I don't know. Okay. Anyways. So, yeah. I mean, people don't generally... When I stay in hotels or motels, I'm sure the maids love cleaning up after me because they don't hardly have to do anything. It's like, boom, done. 5 minutes, maybe. 10 tops. I'm pretty clean. I wish I could say the same for my girlfriend, but I'm pretty clean. You know, I wish I could say the same for a lot of people. I'm a germaphobe. I'm a clean freak. I'm not as OCD organized as I would like to be, but I'm OCD and somewhat organized. Actually, I'm like organized and I'm also ADD. So I'm like OCD, ADD, and people say, what does that mean? I say it means I'm an organized mess. And that's pretty much it. I'm an organized mess. I'm just an organized mess. I wish I was more organized. But anyways, if I was more organized, I'd be rich. Let's put it that way. If I had my shit together, I would be probably rich and powerful. But because of my ADD, I'm all kinds of fucked up. I'm all over the place. I can't focus. You know? But I got all these ideas, you know? It's like when I was a kid, I had some really cool inventions and ideas, and my dad thought they were stupid. Then later, other people made millions off the same idea that I had when I was a kid. And I was like, what the fork? I could be a millionaire. You know? And so I thought, well, I'm never going to let my ideas go to waste. And I've been broke ever since. Because I've been trying to make every idea happen. And you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to focus on 1, 2, or 3. That's it. You know, it's like one guy told me one day, he says, you can't serve more than one God at a time. And he was right. And so I have to force myself to narrow things down and to focus on just one thing. Yeah, it may not be doing anything right now, and I might be bored, but I just gotta focus on that one thing, 1 or 2 things, you know, or figure out how to group the things that I'm doing into a 1 or 2 thing so that I'm diversifying my portfolio but yet still focusing on one thing. So I'm still doing some of the things that I've been doing, but that's why I'm mostly just focusing on dividend stocks now. I figure I'm probably going to be driving truck my rest of my life. I just watched this doomsday video about how the economy, I've been watching a couple of those lately, about how the economy is tanking, and this is all talking, you know, economics. I'm not even talking about just conspiracy theories. It's just economics. I was looking at the economics, and it's like we're going to have like a 10 to 20 year crash here in the U.S., if not more. And what are we going to do about it? So, you know, the tree trimming business, as much as I am good at it, it's hard work. It's not really a lot of money. I mean, it can be if you're in the right place at the right time. But as the economy gets worse, people are going to be getting tighter with their money, and they're not going to be wanting to pay me what I'm worth to do. Well, that was kind of cool. They're not going to pay me what I'm worth, or we're not going to want to pay me what I'm worth to do the job that I do. And I do a pretty damn good job when I trim trees because of my OCD-ness. I try to make it picture perfect. And people just don't have the money. People just don't have the money to pay for that anymore. So it's a good thing I have my CDL to fall back on, because I may never get out of this truck. I mean, there was a point in time where I thought, you know, I can get out of the truck. I was going to be an IT guy, and that was going to get me out of the truck. Because I never really, when I was a kid, I joked around and somewhat fantasized about driving truck because my family is all truck drivers and farmers. But I really wanted to be an architect. I went to school for architecture and building and trades. I went to school for building and trades because I learned that a lot of times the engineers and the architects don't have a clue what goes on the ground. And so I was like, well, I want to have a clue. So I wanted to know what it was that I was putting on paper, so I wanted to have ground experience. So I went through building and trade vocational school while I was studying architecture at the same time, so I can see both sides and know both sides. And I was a contractor out of high school, but then I had kids, and child support got the best of me because, well, long story short, my oldest son's mother was a bitch, and I broke up with her before I even found out she was pregnant. And then I didn't really get back with her after I found out she was pregnant, but I was trying to be there for my son. But she was just evil, and then she cut me off from my son. And even after I was giving her money, I gave her money out of my paycheck. But then a year later, after I was already giving her a percentage of my paycheck, she took me to court and got back pay for what I already paid. And the judge told me, oh, well, what you already paid was a gift. Now you have to pay back pay in addition, blah, blah, blah. So they basically forked me over. And then my second son's mother, she was cuckoo and not for Cocoa Puffs. And then she cheated on me and got pregnant by another guy from another country. So we got divorced. So child support basically killed me. I couldn't survive. So I became a truck driver to survive. And that's how I'm still here today. And that was in 1998. So But yeah, I went to truck driving school in 1998. I already pretty much knew how to drive a truck because my mom was a truck driver, my grandpa was a truck driver, my uncles were truck drivers. I mean, I grew up in a truck almost. My dad was in the military. My dad's side of the family was like white collar. My mom's side of the family was blue collar, truck drivers and farmers, mostly. So naturally, I mean, I ended up gravitating there. Now I'm a truck driver and a farmer. But anyway, but I tried to gravitate towards my dad's side of the family's way of life. I was gonna go into the military, but they said I was too crazy. Mostly I was suicidal when I was a kid, and so that's why they wouldn't take me. But saying it the other way sounds more funny and cool. But yeah, I couldn't join the military. They wouldn't take me. I was going to be an architect. I was a contractor, which is kind of still blue collar, the contractor side. So I was kind of blue-white. I was blue and white, you know, at the same time, sort of. But I drafted all my own jobs and everything, blah, blah, blah. But then I became a truck driver and did that for a few years before I got into IT. And I thought IT would get me out of the truck, but it didn't. Everybody wants something for nothing. And I had a bunch of big ideas, but none of them ever really made me any money. And then I got into real estate, but I did it wrong, I guess, maybe. And I didn't really make any money there. I didn't lose my ass either, though. So that's good. I mean, I kind of lost a little bit, but I didn't lose as much as some people did, or as much as I could have. I saw the ship going down, and so I put in some safety nets to not go down with the ship. I don't want to talk to her either. Anyways, that's why I got two Z's in front of her name. Anyhow, what was I saying? Rabbit trails. I tend to do that. So, child support got the best of me. I became a truck driver. Blah, blah, blah. Real estate. Okay, yeah, back on track. So, real estate didn't quite work for me, but I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. And I know I did it wrong. But, I mean, I did some things right. I did some things wrong. It just didn't work. You know, some people will say that when something didn't work for them, they say, oh, it doesn't work. No, it does. This didn't work for you because you did it wrong, or you don't have what it takes to make it happen. You got to find your niche and find what you're good at, and you can make money at it. You know, it's like Donald Trump. I used to be a Trump fan before he ran for president. Then I was like, I thought he was a joke. But now I'm starting to become more of a Trump fan again. I don't know if he's good, bad, or ugly, but I think he's better than Biden. But anyways, you know, I read some of Trump's books, and one of the things Trump said in one of his books when I was studying real estate back in 2007 was passion. Whatever your passion is, that's what you're going to be good at. You know, you can tell by how good of a job somebody does whether or not they have passion for that work. You would think I'd have passion for trucking, but I have disdain for it. You would think that I would have passion for tree trimming, and I kind of maybe do, but I kind of maybe don't. I'm just a perfectionist, sort of. And but I am good at this job. I'd be better at it if I had passion for it. I'd be better at tree trimming if I had passion for it. I really don't know what my passion is anymore. But you can be successful at something if you are passionate about it. If that is your passion, you can be successful at it. Bar none. No matter what it is. You know? But you gotta find your passion. I lost mine. I don't know where it went. I just don't know anymore. So, I think my passion is just making money, not being poor. I hate to be poor. I remember when I was on OkCupid many moons ago, and they asked, when they had those like thousands and thousands of questions, I had answered over 1,000 of them. One woman, I looked at her profile, she answered over 4,000 questions, and I'm sure there were more. But one of the questions says, would you rather be broke, or would you rather be broke and in love, or would you rather be wealthy and lonely? And I picked wealthy and lonely. I hate to be broke. I hate to be poor. I hate it. So my passion is, I guess, myself. Maybe I'm a narcissist. I don't know. My passion is to be comfortable. You know, to be able to have my freedom, my liberty to do what I want to do. That's my passion. So whatever gives me that ability, that's what I'm going to do. Even if I have to sacrifice certain freedoms, like being home, to have money, I'm going to do it, you know, because I like to have a certain lifestyle. And I'm going to do whatever I have to do, you know, as long as I don't have to, like, throw somebody under the bus to do it, because I'm not a Nazi, like some of these people out here. I'll go down with the ship when it comes to that. I'd rather die, personally. Just kill me. Put me out of my misery. But, I'm a do-gooder. Unfortunately, I'm a do-gooder at a fault. I've actually sacrificed myself. Like, well, today is a good example. I could have got my tea for free when I was waiting for my load today at the customer. I personal conveyanced over to the store and I mostly went there for honey, but I ended up getting, you know, a couple more things. We always do. And so I had my tea and juice, honey, and chocolate milk, and my energy herbs, and I think that was it. Oh, and I found some seeds that I like for some cherry tomatoes. Brad Atomics. You gotta try them. If you haven't tried them, they're amazing. I'm growing those in my greenhouse. They are the bomb being. Probably. Okay. Imagine your favorite tomato sauce, or like that tomato sauce that you dip your breadsticks in. That's what these tomatoes taste like. They taste like you're eating tomato sauce. It is amazing. But anyways, Brad Atomics, I think they're called. Here, hang on. I got the bag right next to me. Oh, that's my energy ears. I'm feeling for them because I'm trying to watch the road. Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. Now, these are the grape ones. Let me go to my camera so you can see what I'm talking about. These things oh well, that's good enough. These things are amazing, and Dollar General have them for sale. And I don't remember what I paid for them. I think it was just $1 a piece for the seeds. That's a really good deal for this amazing tomato. But anyway, I love this tomato. So I've got these growing in my greenhouse. I have black cherries growing in my greenhouse. I've got some purple tomatillas, and then I've got some super sweets growing outside the greenhouse, along with onions, bell peppers, other peppers, asparagus, and what are the other companion plants? I think that's it. Anyways, oh, and garlic. So, yeah, these are amazing. I lost my train of thought again. But since I'm off the trail, make sure you check your honey. Yeah, it's pretty sad. You got to check your honey to make sure it's real honey and not fake honey anymore. When I went to, when you go to the store, you got to read the labels and make sure it's not honey sauce. Honey sauce is only 7% honey, and the rest of it is high fructose corn syrup. The FDA only requires them to put in a certain amount of honey in order for them to technically, legally call it honey. So you have to be careful what kind of honey you buy now, because now you're potentially buying high fructose corn syrup disguised as honey. And high fructose corn syrup is said to be one of the leading causes of diabetes. Fake sugars and fake fats, I think, are the leading causes of diabetes and a lot of other medical problems that we have these days. Anyways, so real estate. I don't know where I got off, but real estate, passion, you know, follow your passion. That's where you're going to be successful. Anyways, real estate didn't work for me. Then I got divorced again. She cheated on me also. So went off grid. You know, when I was in high school and I was in building and architecture, building and trades, for science and social studies class, I did a project designing an off-grid organic. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Designing a self-sufficient house. So I took my grandparents' cabin in the Ozarks and made a scale model prototype of what my idea of a self-sufficient property would look like. And basically I took water from the lake. You would have to live next to a water source or have a well, I guess. But you know, in this case, I took the lake as a water source, and you know, it had a well as well. But so I took the lake, ran the water through a filtration system for the house, and processed the water, and then had everything go through the septic. But I took the methane off of the septic and used it to for power and heat for the house. And then of course I had my leach lines, and then so on and so forth for gardening and whatnot. And had solar panels and windmills, you know, the basics. I didn't know about plasma generators and earth batteries and nickel batteries, and back then I only knew about lead batteries at the time. Okay. And so I did all that for my Science and Social Studies project, because it kind of went in line with everything else I was doing. And my first wife and I were, you know, we talked about making that project a reality. Well, after my third failed marriage, I decided to go off grid and make that a reality. I've still not been successful at it because I got too many irons in the fire, and I tried to do a sustainable community, and all I got out of it was a bunch of worthless eaters who wasted my time and money. 10 years later, I basically had almost nothing to show for it. 10 years down the tube. Kind of like my marriage. But anyways, or at least my last marriage. My first two marriages didn't last that long. Douchebag drivers. Anyways. So real estate didn't work. After my marriage, I went off grid. The sustainable community didn't work. I acquired some properties. I got some real estate. I got some goats. That's about all I really have to show for myself. So it's like, now instead of just trying to figure out how to be successful at my ideas that I'm not successful at doing, I'm just investing in other people's ideas. So it's gonna be a rough next, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 years, but I'm gonna be working for the next 5, 10, 20 years. So, well, 20 years at least. So, you know, if the stock market dips because we have a recession, it's the best time to put money into the stock market. And I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, keeping my head above water, putting money into stocks. The more the stocks are down, the more I'll make on the stocks when they go back up. 20 years I'll be retired. Maybe I'll be able to live a better life. I don't know. That was my point, I think, maybe. I don't know, I went so far off the rabbit trail that I don't even know what the fork I was talking about. But anyway, originally I was talking about this Yahoo. One of the guys that I was just listening to right before I started making this video, you'd almost think he was a passport bro, but basically he's got multiple passports. He's a millionaire, and he basically took his business, his citizenship, his entrepreneurship, and left the country. He was born here in the US, and he's like, fork this place, I'm out. And he went somewhere else, and he's more successful somewhere else because they don't tax him to death. We pay literally more than 50% taxes, every single one of us. Even if you have tax deductions, you're still paying over 50% in taxes because, for example, this phone I bought, I'm talking on right now, I paid taxes on it, right? The internet that I'm going to use to upload this to the internet, I pay taxes on. The case that I bought for the phone, I paid taxes on. Alright, so the people that made the phone, the people that made the case, and the people that sell me the internet, they also have to pay taxes on that. They pay taxes on the money they make from me, but they also pay taxes on the stuff that they buy, right? Well, the stuff that they buy to make said product. So the rubber that was used to make the cell phone case, they had to pay taxes on that. The machine they used to make the rubber case, they had to pay taxes on that. Well, who's going to pay? They're just going to pass that buck on to me. So now I'm paying taxes on the machine and the rubber and the final product, right? The cell phone, okay? They had to pay taxes on all the parts that they bought to put the cell phone together. And they had to pay, oh yeah, I forgot about this, they had to pay taxes on the labor, because when you have employees, your employees pay a tax and then you have to match their tax, so you have to pay taxes on that. Well, guess who they pass that tax on to? The consumer. So I'm paying those employees to make the rubber case. I'm paying the manufacturer's tax. I'm paying the employees, and I'm paying the employees' tax, and I'm paying for the rubber, and I'm paying for the rubber tax, and I'm paying for the machine, and I'm paying for the machine tax. On top of the tax that they have to pay from the money that I pay them for all that stuff. So they're being taxed. I'm being taxed. I don't even know. I can't even fathom how many times I'm being taxed. And that's just the first level, or the second level. Now, then you break down the rubber, where it came from, and the machine that made the rubber, just for the case. I haven't even got to the cell phone, right? Just to the case. So the people that manufactured the rubber to make the case, to sell to the people who made the case, they had to pay taxes on their stuff to manufacture or dig or whatever, dig up the raw materials to make the rubber. If they even dug it up, they may have bought the raw materials, and then they may have made the rubber in their lab or their manufacturing plant. So if that's the case, it throws in another person who actually dug up the materials to sell to that person. And the original person that dug up the materials to sell to the second person had to pay taxes on all that stuff. Had to pay taxes on their equipment. Had to pay taxes on their employees. Had to pay taxes on the profit that they made selling the product to the person who manufactured the rubber in the first place. Then the person who manufactured the rubber had to pay taxes on all that stuff. And of course they passed that tax on to the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy. And then us, the consumer, we're paying the ultimate tax. Well, this guy decided he's going to leave the country for multiple reasons, you know. And he brought up a really good argument. People say, you know, well, aren't you patriotic? Aren't you don't you love your country? He says, well, let's put it this way. If you're in a bad relationship and somebody's punching you in the face, are you going to stay in that relationship, or are you going to figure out how to get out of it? You know, our country's literally punching us in the face, and we're putting up with it. You know, it's like I was thinking about Trump and how he may or may not want to make America great again. And all these liberals are making fun of him and his people who follow him, calling them MAGA supporters or something. I don't remember what they call them. I don't really pay that much attention. I pay attention, but not that much attention. But they call them MAGA something. And it's like, who wouldn't want to make America great again? I mean, why do the liberals not want to make America great again? I mean, I don't understand. What's wrong with trying to make our country great again? But anyways, I don't know. We live in a dumbed down society. The IQ is getting lower and lower and lower. I'm not even as smart as I could be or should be. You know, the chemicals in our food, the chemicals in our water, the chemicals in our air, they chemtrail us every day. The pyramids, we can't even duplicate the pyramids, and we have all this technology. Of course, some people think the pyramids were made by aliens and spaceships. Who knows? I don't know. But we're not as smart as we once were. And why? Why is that? And how can we turn that around? Why can't we be great again? Why do we have to be idiots? I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm also not the dullest. I mean, I'm glad I'm not this guy. I mean, he's not very old. I think he's in his early 20s. And I don't know. I just don't know. We're going down the tubes. Like that one comedian says, people keep saying this country's going down the tubes. I keep looking for the tubes, and I can't find them. Where's all these tubes? I just don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. By the way, this is the deal that I was watching before I started making the video. And I'm going to go ahead and get back to that now. The American dream is dead. These are top passports, safest banks, and ways to protect wealth. And I'll leave you with that.